Coach, how would you assess your team's performance?
Actually, I think we deserved a better fate tonight. Played well. We had them at 5 chances, 5 on 5. They scored on 3 of them, and 2 of them were atrocious line changes, and then we don't execute in our new drill and forecheck. And high-end team. You can't blame the goalie. Like the first one, we get walked on the zone entry, and then it's a breakaway, and then rebound tap in. Second goal again, really bad line change. We end up D can't gap up, walk down the pipe. It's a good shot. Third goal, same thing. Power play goal. Like our coverage is good. Hits Hawk in the face, like in the mask. So he's kind of like we're discombobulated a little bit, and their net front guy did a good job. Actually, you can see on video he kicks it right to the guy in the back door. But I mean, like, if you hold a team to 5 chances, 5 on 5, and I think 4-9 total, counting power plays, like you should win more than you lose. Like, it sucks right now. Like I think we had the chances of 27-9 in our favor. Like, they're a really good team, so if you give them those clear-cut opportunities on the line rush, they're probably going to go in, and you did that twice in the second, where you just can't really do that, and it comes back to bite you, and then you're chasing the game. Like I said, like it's been sunshine and roses since basically Thanksgiving, so I think, I think we started to feel like, it's just going to be easy every night. Well, I don't think the other teams think it's going to be easy. Like they're coming in here now, we're in first place, like they want to beat us. And they're chasing us, and now like we're the guys that they've got our eye on and the target on our back. And I think we got to understand that we're going to probably get other teams' best efforts every night right now. And like we've been pretty good, but I don't like those just giving up line changes, goals like that. It's just not good enough. Like that's lack of detail on our part, and it's not just the guys going on the ice or going off. It's both. Like you got to be ready to go, and twice we just didn't do it right, and both times lead to goals. So we got to be better. we got a chance in a couple days to get back at it. So a lot of times here. So just regroup, get to work tomorrow, and get ready for Tuesday.
You and the Growlers are obviously at the top of the North Division standings. How can you sort of use a game like this, or any game against the Growlers, to assess your team against one of the best in the league? How can you use it as a benchmark?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're probably saying the same thing. I'd argue we're the 2 best, if not 2 of the 3 best teams in the league right now, and hey, we know it's a battle every time we play them, and I think both teams look forward to the matchups. Like the hockey's up and down. It's great hockey. Like it's how the game's supposed to be played both ways, and we got a lot of respect for them, but we don't like them at the same time, and it's a great test. And we got another one. Obviously, we got Toledo next weekend too. Like, not to look ahead past the next 3, but right now they're the #1 team on paper. So another really good challenge, because if you want to get through the Eastern Conference, odds are you're going to be playing Toledo in June. So the guys know what's at stake when we play these guys. Like it's a rivalry, and I think the guys they always get up for it. Like we were ready to play today. Like literally 3 mistakes. They all very rarely do you see a game where like a team makes 3 mistakes and they all end up in the back of your net. Like I can't think of many other times in the game where we really made any glaring mistakes and they literally all ended up in the net, right? And that's credit to Newfoundland how good they are, that they only need that many chances to execute. And they'll learn from it, because hopefully this is a team we're playing in the playoffs in a few months and battling to get out of the division. So we'll take it.
What can you say about Ebbing's performance today?
Yeah, he's always good. Like he's all around the puck. Like he's awesome 5 on 5. Great penalty killer. We can slide him into the power play if needed. But for the most part, like great. He's been awesome on faceoffs. Great locker room guy. Great teammate. Pushes the pace. When you need to settle things down, put him on the ice. Like obviously when he got moved last week or yesterday, and Kenny and Pritch were playing with Winnie, and kind of they struggled a bit last week. Defensively. Like they're getting hemmed in, and then we put Ebbs back with those 2 this weekend, and it's like all of a sudden the tide changes, and those guys are playing in the offensive zone the whole game, right? So, like his responsibility just leads to a lot of offense, and you're happy to see him starting to get rewarded, because he does a great job generating offense, and he's a great guy, and you're happy to see guys have success like that.
You have a very busy week coming up on the
I just, I'm fairly confident the sun will come up tomorrow. We'll see, but I'm certain of that. So we'll regroup and we'll kind of get some ice. Some guys will get on the ice tomorrow, and some guys won't, and do some video and learn from it. And like I said, we haven't given up a whole lot in the last 2 games, and we've gotten punished for it defensively. Like, we haven't been that bad, and it feels like every grade A Wheeling and Newfoundland got it ends up in the back of our net. And even the league admitted the goal that Hawks threw up the middle of the ice yesterday shouldn't have counted for goalie interference. So it's like things were going so well, and it was like, guys felt like we were unstoppable, and now we're getting a little reality check, right? And maybe it's good for us, right? You get humbled a little bit. It's a long season. You're never as good as you think you are, and you're probably never as bad as you think you are, right? So we'll get back at it, get a good group there. We work hard. Like I can't fault their effort today. Like, sometimes you play really hard and you lose. Like, hockey's a weird game. Like, if you have a really good roster in like basketball and you have better players, you win every time, right? Like, you look at the NBA, like the teams with the best players just win. Like, it's not really much competition. There's 4 teams or 5 teams that are good, right? And then you look at hockey, sometimes just like the puck just bounces the wrong way, right? And these last 2 games is kind of evidence of that. Like, we played good hockey. We deserved a better fate. Shit happens, right? And we'll get out of bed tomorrow and we'll get back to work and try and get off the schneid on Tuesday.
You sent Winquist to Allen. Is that completing the trade from a couple weeks ago when you got Levine from Allen?
Nope, separate transaction. There will be a player coming back our way. Logistically, it won't be completed right now. Could be in the next couple of days. It could be in a couple of weeks. We kind of looked at it like, when he's a great player in our league, I think the fit was probably just based on, Newfoundland and the speed they play at. When he's skating ability, was probably one of the knocks on him. And I think, when we're looking ahead to how we want to play in the playoffs, I think we were looking to maybe have some more, play a little faster, right? And so I think the fit's probably better down there for him. Chad Costello, Jack Combs are high-end older guys at our level. Like, he's going to go play with them, and they're going to probably make some magic happen down there. And we're going to get a player here in the next little bit that I think really will fit well with our group as well. And when he was awesome, like, great guy. Like, no issues. It's just purely hockey trade that we think can help our team, and Alan thinks it's going to help theirs. So I hope he does really well, and hope we see him in June, right? Like, you want guys to have success, and you don't want to, people that have been around here, I don't like to ship guys out every week just for the sake of trading guys because we can. Like, it's something that I thought could make us better in the long term, and we're going to make that decision. And it sucks because you get to know guys on a personal level, and they're good guys. And at this level, I got to be the GM and the coach, right? And you got to trade a guy, and it sucks, right? But that's part of the business, and like I said, we wish him well and hope he has success down there.
So both trades are currently incomplete, if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, the Levine one's complete. It was more of a it was futures, but it was like cash transit. Like, it was for cash.
Cash.
Yeah, like,
okay.
More cash consideration.
Okay.
More it is. So like the completely separate transaction just so happened that sometimes you get talking with a coach about one thing, and then all of a sudden it leads to another one. That's kind of how. Honestly, that's kind of how trades happen sometimes, and you're bullshitting, and then the next thing you know, you made a trade. So, that's it. Yeah, it's completely separate. There's nothing to tie them together other than that. It's just kind of coincidence that we made this deal with the same team in a week. So.
Walk me through your second goal and how that affected the momentum on the bench. Obviously, you guys had about a minute 30 seconds left in the third period.
Yeah, I think obviously with it being a 6-on-5, we got the puck going north. McFadden made a nice play, obviously being first forechecker as a defenseman, and then I just came kind of down the left-hand side, just trying to create any havoc possible. And when it went in, obviously with a minute and a half left, obviously you have a lot of time left to possibly tie that one up. So, I think that we had the momentum going into it after that minute 30 left, but obviously weren't able to get it done.
What did the Growlers do on defense that sort of frustrated and slowed your offense? You guys had a lot of shots, but
it's a good team over there. I don't think they did anything in particular. I thought that we actually played a fairly good game. Obviously, we outshot them a lot, and we were creating our own chances. Some days you just don't get the luck, and that was one of them.
Is there any extra motivation coming into these games? Obviously, you guys are sort of neck and neck at the top of the division. You obviously want to beat the best team in the division.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously, going into it, we're fighting for first place. Obviously that's a very good team over there, and we've always known that. And so, any game in conference is a tough one. But obviously, every time we play against Newfoundland, we know that they're going to bring their best, and we know what to expect. So, every game we have against them is a tight one.
And I don't know where you were at the very end when there was a little bit of a scuffle going on, but was that just frustration boiling over at the end of the game?
Yeah. It's obviously it's a frustrating sport at times, and there was some antics going down in the far corner, and so obviously a couple guys on our team took exception of that and didn't like them going after one of our guys. So just want to make sure that they're not trying to do anything stupid and protect our players.
How's your team regroup? I know you have a very busy week coming up on the road. How's your team regroup?
Just get as much rest as we can. Obviously, we have 7 games in 9 nights, so it's a tough one, but we're ready for it. And obviously, having these earlier games, we're going to be able to get some rest, and then just get prepared for the Tuesday, Wednesday games in Wheeling.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Thomas?
No, that's all.
All right, thanks for the
Yep.
time.
Thank you.